The pianist nobody hired sat down at the old upright. The piano said it recognized him from some other night. A man in the corner lifted his head, set his cup aside. The bass walked in below the lifting with a quiet pride. Nobody asked the owner, nobody paid a fee. The trumpet said the easy something about the music free. No contract on the table, no name above the door. Just the pianist nobody hired playing on the floor. The bass walks toward the upright, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the playing going for whoever needs to hear. A woman at the window stopped looking at the lane. The clarinet comes winding through the playing like a warm refrain. 3 tables turned their chairs around, nobody said a word. The trumpet hums the easy something about the thing they heard. See the cafe gather slowly round the old upright. The bass walks on below the gathering to the afternoon light. No asking when he'd finish, no reason to explain. Just the pianist nobody hired playing through the rain. The clarinet wins through the music of the unrequested gift. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only music lives. By 4 he closed the lid and stood, tipped his hat and went. The bass walks on below the going through the afternoon spent. No story in the playing, no bill left on the cloth. Just the pianist nobody hired and the comfortable both. The trumpet says the last warm word about the gifts that come. The piano holds the comfortable memory of the afternoon hum. The bass takes its last warm step, the upright sits back still. The pianist nobody hired played because he will. After the rain, the cobblestones shine better than before. The clarinet said it first from the inside of the door. A man stepped out to look at them, his cup still in his hand. The bass walked in below the looking warm and newly fanned. Each stone a little mirror, holding its small sky. The candle came in bright behind the shining, not quite knowing why. No asking of the raining, no memory of gray. Just after the rain, the cobblestones shining up the day. The bass walks on the wet ones, patient, warm and bright. The piano keeps the freshened going into the afternoon light. A bicycle goes through them, sends the sky in rings. The clarinet wins through the ripples of the easy things. Two women stop and photograph the shiniest of the lot. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the rain we got. See the streets set freshly polished, stone by shining stone. The bass walks on below the polished, never quite alone. No winter in the shining, blasting of the cloud. Just after the rain, the cobblestones saying something proud. Each wet stone reflects. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only rain corrects. The shine begins to fade. The bass walks on below the fading, through the warmth it made. No story in the shining, no moment to explain. Just after the rain, the cobblestones waiting for the rain. The trumpet lifts above the wet stones, the clarinet wins free. The piano holds the last bright shining, as it ought to be. The bass takes its last one step across the drying stone. After the rain, the cobblestones were never quite alone.
The chair that leans a little has been leaning since the war. The piano said it noticed every time it hit the floor. A man sits in it anyway, adjusts and settles in. The bass walked in below the leaning with a patient grin. 3 legs and a half on the fourth, nobody ever said. The trumpet said the comfortable thing about the thing not fixed instead. No carpenter was called, no note upon the seat, just the chair that leans a little, making every sitting sweet. The bass walks round the leaning, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the certain morning of the long ago. Face tries it once, shifts and grabs the cloth. The clarinet comes winding through the shifting at an easy cost. The regular sits in it as always, leans along and reads. The trumpet hums the afternoon thing about the chair that leads. See the cafe built around it, lean by easy lean. The bass walks on below the leaning through the in-between. No fixing in the morning, no reason to replace, just the chair that leans a little, holding its own place. The claret winds round the certainty of the fourth leg's lean. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that a leaning chair has seen. By closing time it held 3 people, each one leaned the same. The bass walks on below the leaning through its quiet fame. No story in the tilting, no moment to explain, just a chair that leans a little in the warm and plain. The trumpet says a last warm word about the things we keep. The piano holds a comfortable leaning of a very patient sleep. The bass takes its last warm step, the chair leans as before. The chair that leans a little will lean a little more. The evening belongs to the regulars. When the tourists go, the bass walk in beside them with a quiet hello. 3 tables close together now, the gaps have disappeared. The piano played the comfortable thing about the evening clear. Voices lower, longer, nobody has to shout. The trumpet said the evening thing about what evening's about. No strangers in the evening, no menus on the clock, just the evening and its regulars and the comfortable both. The bass walks through the belonging, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the certain evening of a comfortable year. Moves her chair a little into someone's light. The clarinet comes winding through the moving, soft into the night. An old joke at the corner table, everyone already knows. The trumpet hums the evening something, the way the evening goes. See the cafe settle inward, regular by name. The bass walks on below the settling, always much the same. No asking of the order, no reason to explain, just the evening and its regulars coming back again.
clarinet wins through the familiarity. The evening always holds. The piano hums the kind of evening that the regular enfolds. By 9 the wine is going round, the cups long since clear. The bass walks on below the going, through the evening clear. No hurry in the belonging, no moment to pursue, just the evening and its regulars and the night coming through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the ones who stay. The piano holds the comfortable evening at the end of day. The bass takes its last warm step. The tables sit close still. The evening belongs to the regulars, and always will.
The second cup nobody ordered arrived beside the first. The trumpet said it saw it coming before anyone had thirst. A man looked at it sideways, then looked at the waiter's back. The bass walked in below the looking, down the easy track. The waiter moved on without a word, another table turned. The piano came in warm beside the extra for the thing it earned. No asking of the bringing, no note beside the cup, just the second cup nobody ordered, sitting full and up. The bass walks round the extra cup, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the curious going, letting morning go. He drank it anyway by noon, set it with the first. The clarinet came winding through the drinking of the unordered thirst. The bill came with just one cup on it, the waiter never said. The trumpet hums the comfortable something about the extra bread. See the cafe carry on around the small mistake. The bass walks on below the caring, for nobody's sake. No story in the extra, no reason to explain, just the second cup nobody ordered, coming round again. The clarinet wins through the amusement of the unrequested gift. The piano hums the kind of morning that a small mistake can lift. By afternoon he wonders if he should have said. The bass walks on below the wondering, through the warming thread. No asking of the waiter, no moment to pursue, just the second cup nobody ordered, and the morning coming through. The
trumpet says the last warm word about the things we get. The piano holds the comfortable extra of a morning not quite yet. The bass takes its last warm step. The cups sit clean and clear. The second cup nobody ordered was exactly what was needed here. The street gets quiet after 8, the way it always did. The piano noticed every evening since it was a kid. A man at the last table nurses something warm. The bass walked in below the nursing, far from any storm. The cobblestones outside go still, one last bicycle gone. The trumpet said the evening thing about the carrying on. No voices on the pavement, no footsteps on the stone, just the street getting quiet after 8, and nobody alone. The bass walks through the quietness, warm and round and low. The piano keeps the settling going in the evening glow. The waiter counts the cups and saucers, lines them on the shelf. The clarinet comes winding through the counting, by and for itself. A cat appears outside the glass, sits and looks inside. The trumpet hums the evening something about the other side. See the street hold all its stillness, 8 o'clock and past. The bass walks on below the stillness, first and slow and last. No winter in the quieting, no asking it to stay, just the street getting quiet after 8, at the end of day. The clarinet wins through the settling, easy, warm and low. The piano hums the kind of evening that the quiet knows. Another cup refilled in silence, set without a sound. The bass walks on below the silence, warm and going round. No story in the quieting, no moment left to name, just the street getting quiet after 8, the same and always same. The trumpet says its last warm word into the empty lane. The clarinet wins one final circle through the evening pain. The piano holds the last warm quiet against the cooling glass. The bass takes its last slow step and lets the evening pass. The cat outside sits watching still, the lamp holds its small light. The street gets quiet after 8, and everything is right.
notebook nobody asks about sits open by the wall. The bass walked in beside it through the afternoon hall. A man writes something slowly, covers it with his hand. The piano played the easy thing about what we understand. 3 pages full by noon, a 4th begun and left. The trumpet said the quiet something about the comfortable theft. No asking of the writing, no leaning in to see, just the notebook nobody asks about, sitting quietly free. The bass walks round the notebook, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the curious going through the afternoon clear. At the next table glances once and looks away. The clarinet comes winding through the pages of the afternoon day. The pen keeps moving slowly, stops and moves again. The trumpet hums the comfortable something about the why and when. See the cafe carry on around the open page. The bass walks on below the writing of a comfortable age. No story in the keeping, no reason to explain, just the notebook nobody asks about in the warm and plain. The clarinet wins through the pages, easy, round and bright. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that writing makes feel right. By evening the notebook closes, tucked inside his coat. The bass walks on below the closing of each quiet note. No asking what was written, no moment to pursue, just the notebook nobody asks about and the afternoon that flew. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we keep. The piano holds the comfortable secret of a private sleep. The bass takes its last warm step. The wall sits empty now. The notebook nobody asks about keeps its quiet vow. When the lamps come on, the cafe changes key. The piano said it softly to nobody and me.
Man looks up from reading, notes the changed light. The bass walked in below the changing, warm into the night. The counter catches lamplight, throws it on the wall. The trumpet said the evening thing about the light and all. No asking of the hour, no clock above the door, just the lamps coming on again, the same as once before. The bass walks through the lamplight, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the golden going in the evening glow. A woman orders something warm, pulls her cardigan near. The clarinet comes winding through the lamplight, soft into the clear. Two men lean closer at their table, voices dropping low. The trumpet hums the evening, something about the amber glow. See the cafe turn to evening, lamp by lamp and warm. The bass walks on below the turning, far from any storm. No winter in the lamping, no summer left to name, just the lamps coming on again, the evening all the same. Chairs pull inward at the tables, cups go warm and round. The trumpet lifts one golden phrase above the evening sound. No story in the turning on, no moment to explain, just the lamps coming on again, and the evening and the pain. Full of something close to love. The trumpet fades above the counter, the glass stays golden near. When the lamps come on, the best part of the day is here. The conversation across two tables started with a look. The clarinet said it saw it coming from an open book. A man asked about the paper, held it up and smiled. The bass walked in glowly asking, easy, warm and mild. The answer came with something extra, pulled the chairs apart. The piano came in bright between them, right from the very start. No introduction needed, no name across the cloth, just the conversation crossing tables, warm and nothing lost. The bass walks on between the tables, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the connecting going through the afternoon clear. The third voice from the window table adds a point or two. The Claret that wins through all three tables, easy as it knew. By now the cups are mixing up, nobody quite minds. The trumpet says the easy something about the way warmth finds. See the cafe rearrange itself around the crossing talk. The bass walks on below the crossing, down its easy walk. No story in this starting, no reason to explain, just the conversation crossing tables, warm and back again. By four they are one table, chairs pulled close and near. The bass walks on below the gathering through the warming year. No asking how it happened, no moment to pursue, just the conversation crossed in tables until the afternoon was through. The trumpet says the last warm word, the what the words we find. The piano holds the comfortable crossing of an easy kind. The bass takes its last warm step, the tables still sit close. The conversation crossed two tables, and that mattered most through. The light that comes through at 4 hits the counter just so. A trumpet had been watching it since the morning's early blow. The man lifts up his cup, and to the golden band the bass walked in below the lifting with a patient hand. The dust turns gold inside it, slow above the floor. The piano came in warm behind the golden neckskin, nothing more. No planning in the hitting, no clock above the wall, just the light that comes through at 4, giving gold to all. The bass walks through the golden band, warm and round and stone. The piano keeps the amber going in the afternoon glow. A woman turns her face to it, closes both her eyes. The clarinet comes winding through the golden, like a warm surprise. Dust settles on the counter, gold against the warm. The trumpet says the afternoon thing about the light and good. See the cafe sit inside it, goes from wall to wall. just the light that comes through at 4, and all its golden things. The clarinet winds through the amber, tender, slow in the air. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only 4 can clear. The 4:30 it shifts away, the counter back to wood. The bass walks on below the shifting, the way the bass understood. No stowing in the heading, no reason to explore, just a light that comes through at 4 and then comes back no more. The light that comes through at 4, a clarinet winds low. The light that comes through at 4.
The afternoon regular arrives at 2:30. The bass walked in beside him the way it always knew. A hat upon the second hook, a coat upon the third. The piano played the comfortable thing without a spoken word. His cup arrives before he sits, the chair already pulled. The trumpet said the easy something about the afternoon lull. No asking of the order, no menu on the cloth, just the afternoon regular and the comfortable both. The bass walks through the familiarity, patient, warm and long. The piano keeps the certain morning of a well-worn song. He reads 3 pages, folds the book, looks out at the lane. The clarinet comes winding through the looking like a warm refrain. A nod across to someone seated, nothing more than that. The trumpet hums the afternoon, knowing underneath his hat. See the cafe hold him gently, chair and cup and light. The bass walks on below the holding, warm and easy right. No story in the coming back, no reason to explain, just the afternoon regular in the warm and plain. The clarinet wins through the habit of the second hook and chair. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that finds him always there.
By 4 he folds his coat and stands, tips his hat and goes. The bass walks on below the tipping, the way only bass knows. No hurry in the leaving, no moment to pursue, just the afternoon regular, gone until next Tuesday through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things that stay. The piano holds the comfortable habit of an ordinary day. The bass takes its last warm step, the hook sits empty now. The afternoon regular will return as afternoon will allow. Somebody brought flowers again and left them by the door. The clarinet said it first because it always saw a jar of something yellow set beside the wall. The bass walked in below the yellow through the morning hall. Nobody claimed the bringing, nobody left a name. The piano came in bright behind the flowers, treating them the same. No card beside the yellow, no note upon the floor. Just somebody brought the flowers and left them by the door. The bass walks past the yellow jar, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the bright thing going, letting morning go. A woman stops to smell them, straightens them a touch. The clarinet wins through the yellow, not saying very much. The waiter moves them to the counter, better in the light. The trumpet says the easy something about the yellow right. See the cafe sit beside them, bright and without name. The bass walks on below the brightness, everything the same. No story in the giving, no reason to find out. Just somebody brought the flowers, what the yellow is about. The clarinet wins through the tenderness the jar of flowers holds. The piano hums a kind of morning that a yellow jar enfolds. By afternoon a pedal falls, nobody picks it up. The bass walks on below the falling, through the warming cup. No asking who will bring them again next week or so. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the morning glow. No hurry in the leaving, no name to rearrange. Just somebody brought the flowers and nothing needed to change. The trumpet fades above the yellow, the clarinet wins free. The piano holds a bright and unnamed, as it ought to be. The bass takes its last warm step, the flowers hold the light. Somebody brought the flowers again and made the morning right.
The sugar bowl is always full, nobody knows quite who. The piano said the comfortable thing about the things we do. A man takes two without a thought, sets the spoon aside. The bass walked in below the taking, warm and satisfied. The bowl is back to full by noon, nobody saw it done. The trumpet said the easy something about the quiet one. No asking of the filling, no note beside the bowl, just the sugar always ready, playing its small role. The bass walks round the counter, patient, warm and near. The piano keeps the comfortable going through the morning clear. A woman adds one extra, stirs and doesn't look. The clarinet comes winding through the sweetness like an easy book. 3 sugars from a child's hand the father doesn't see. The trumpet hums the comfortable thing about the small and free. See the bowl sit at the center, always white and full. The bass walks on below the center with a patient pull. No mystery in the sweetness, no reason to explain, just the sugar bowl always ready in the warm and plain. The clarinet wins round the certainty the counter always holds. The piano hums the kind of morning that the sugar bowl enfolds. By evening it is full again, the same as it began. The bass walks on below the fullness through the afternoon plan. No story in the filling, no moment to pursue, just the sugar bowl always ready and the morning coming through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things that stay. The piano holds the comfortable sweetness of an ordinary day. The bass takes its last warm step, the bowl sits white and full. The sugar bowl is always ready, that is all. 3 steps to the corner table, the waiter knows them well. The trumpet counted every morning by the sound and smell. A man sat at his corner, coat upon the hook. The bass walked in beside the 3 steps with a knowing look. The waiter turned at the 2nd step, the order half prepared. The piano came in warm between them because it always cared. map inside the cafe, no sign above the floor, just 3 steps to the corner table and the knowing more. The bass walks those 3 steps daily, patient, warm, and known. The piano keeps the certain morning of a well-worn stone. A new face tries the corner once, finds it already claimed. The clarinet comes winding round the 3 steps, easy and unnamed. The regular arrives at 9, the corner waiting still. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the morning will. See the cafe turn around it, 3 steps at its heart. The bass walks on below the turning, playing its small part. No asking of the corner, no reason to explain, just 3 steps to the corner table, always there again. The clarinet wins round the certainty the corner holds so well. The piano hums the kind of morning only corners tell. By noon the corners had 3 sittings, each one at its ease. The bass walks on below the sittings, through the warming breeze. No story in the knowing, no moment to presume, just 3 steps to the corner table in the warming room. The trumpet says the last warm word about the paths we wear. The piano holds the comfortable morning of a corner chair. The bass takes its last 3 steps, the claret wins home. 3 steps to the corner table, and nobody goes alone.
The smell of fresh paint on the wall came in through the open door. The bass walked in beside it like it hadn't smelled before. A man set down his cup and looked, a stroke of yellow there. The piano played the easy thing about the changed and fair. The painter packed his things at noon, left the wall to dry. The trumpet said there's something about the reasons why. No asking when they did it, no memory of before, just the smell of fresh paint on the wall and the open door. The bass walks past the yellow, warm and round and slow. Piano bright thing going, letting morning go. A woman stops and tilts her head, studies the new shade. The clarinet comes winding through the yellow that the painter made. Two men at the corner table argue about the tone. The trumpet hums the easy something about what walls are shown. See the cafe sit beside it, yellow, warm and wide. The bass walks on below, the freshness warm on every side. No story in the painting, no reason to explain, just the smell of fresh paint on the wall, and the morning and the lane. The clarinet winds past the yellow, easy, bright and clear. The piano hums the kind of morning made for something new in here. By afternoon the smell has faded, only color stays. The bass walks on below the color through the warming days. No hurry in the noticing, no moment to pursue, just the smell of fresh paint on the wall and the morning coming through. The trumpet lifts above the yellow, the clarinet winds free. The piano holds the bright and freshen as it ought to be. The bass takes its last warm step, the wall dries in the light. The smell of fresh paint on the wall made the morning right.